All right, Force fans, welcome back to the show. With us today is Andrew Magera, assistant coach and scouting director for the Fargo Force. He joined Scott Langer on the staff this year, and we're looking forward to having him. So, Mags, welcome to the show. Could you tell us a little bit about your hockey background and where you started playing hockey?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I grew up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Played there for my younger years, and then had an opportunity to go to Salt Lake City, Utah, and play for a midget program out there for 3 years, kind of through the rest of high school, and had a great time. My coach left and went to Milwaukee my last year of U18s, and I chased him over there. Played there another year, and the whole time I kind of wanted to get into coaching and didn't really have any good junior opportunities as a player, so I had an opportunity to get into coaching right away with the midget program in Sioux Falls. So that's kind of how I got into that.
Okay. What led you to Penn State?
So I was coaching in Boise, Idaho, for a junior team out there called the Idaho Ice Cats. And our head coach was leaving and the team was folding after that season. And he asked if I had any interest in going to a college team to be a volunteer assistant. I still hadn't finished my undergrad. I was taking some online classes. He had a good relationship with the head coach at Penn State, Guy Godowski. And so he gave me a recommendation, and I went through the interview process and was fortunate enough to obtain that opportunity to go there.
And what is that town called? Is it College Station?
It's State College.
State College.
Yep, State College, Pennsylvania.
And what was it like living in that city?
Oh, it was a blast. It was a blast. I got into coaching right after I was playing, so I never went and had like the college experience. So it was a really fun time living in a true college town. The city itself is like 40,000 people, and then when school's in session, it grows to over 100,000. It's unbelievable. And then on game weekends, when the football team's playing, it's, there's 100,000 people in the stadium, and so it was a blast. We had such a good time, and the community was so good to me and to my wife and Penn State as a whole. And the support we had was unbelievable. Football's a blast, and the hockey team's really big there. So every weekend was just a good time.
You got a chance to go to the football stadium then, I take it.
Yeah, I went to a few games and had an opportunity to do some marketing work in there for our hockey team. And it's a special stadium, and it's a special atmosphere. And it's really cool because it's a small town in the middle of, the woods in Pennsylvania. And then up pops this grand football stadium and this beautiful campus and everything Penn State has to offer. It's a special place for sure.
Lots of tradition there, lots of tradition. So now that you're going to be director of scouting, Andrew, what is it you look for when you're out scouting?
It depends on kind of what you need. But if you're going into a game cold and you haven't seen the players yet, the first thing you look for is, who has the puck, who's in control of the shift when they're on the ice, who's a difference maker out there. And then you start to break down their tools and, what's their skating ability like? Because in the USHL, you have to be a good skater, have to be an elite level skater to be impactful every shift. So that's really the key component there. And then their puck skills and just their overall game sense. What's their timing look like? Do they understand when the play starts to break down? Are they ahead of that, or are they behind it? And the more you watch a player, the more you understand that. But first and foremost is their skating and how much impact do they have when they're on the ice.
As a young man, do you take a different approach to scouting than some of the older scouts do? Do you have different techniques that you look for?
It's hard to say because I don't think there's a right way to do scouting that everybody should do. And I don't think there's a particularly wrong way to do it other than not watching the games. As a younger guy, and a lot of my role at Penn State was in analytics and building stats and finding different ways to evaluate players there. So I kind of look at the game a little bit more from that perspective, in that, okay, how many turnovers did X player have that really negatively impacted his shift? Or something like that. I don't know that I'm going to, create a new way of scouting just because I'm a younger guy. But everybody has their own lens that they look at the game through, and that's mine.
Okay. What excites you about this Fargo Force team?
From camp and what we saw, like it's a big and it's a fast team. So I'm really excited to be able to play an up-tempo style of game, and in front of wonderful fans and a beautiful facility. It's, the organization speaks for itself, and the success that they've had, in the 13 years of operation is fantastic. So, from what we saw at camp and what we have coming in, we're pumped about our talent on the ice as well as the support we have in the community.
Good. You and your wife, Sarah, is it settling into Fargo? Okay.
Yeah, we are. We're all settled in, and we just got a little puppy, and so we're loving life right now, loving Fargo.
Good to hear. Let's get to some fun questions, Megs. Fantasy draft, NHL. Give me your starting lineup.
Starting lineup. Do I get 5?
5 and a goalie. 2D, 3 forwards, and a goalie.
Current or all time?
Let's go all time.
All time? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Start
Okay.
with the goalie.
Okay, start with the goalie all time. Oh, gosh. You know what? I'm going to have to go with Brodeur in his heyday with the Devils.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go Patrick Waugh.
No, I got to go Brodeur. I don't speak French, so. Right?
Who's on the blue line?
On the blue line, gosh, I mean, you know what? I loved watching Duncan Keith play, when they were winning their cups. I think he's great on the left side. On the right side, I think I'd go with another lefty. I'd go with Zubov. I thought the way he skated was really entertaining, and I was a younger kid when I was watching him, but I remember watching the Stars in their old uniforms, and
Sure.
he was a name that stuck out for sure. Up front, Pavel Bure. He had such a short career, but he was a blast to watch those old highlights.
Very fast.
Yeah. Yep. And then you need a goal scorer. It's hard to go against Ovechkin, if we're going all time. So if I could throw Bure and Ovechkin, I got to get somebody that isn't a Russian up front. How about Jeremy Roenick, locker room guy? Good player, locker room guy.
That was my favorite growing up. You left out. There's a lot to choose from. Ray Bork, Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, come on. You said these were the fun questions.
Well, it's hockey. All right. That's a great lineup. If you could choose one person to golf with, who would it be?
Who to golf with?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. You know what? I would love to watch Tiger Woods golf and pick his brain for 4 hours, just on the topic of golf. His mental toughness and his ability to be present and sharp the way he was. I'd love to have just a sliver of that for sure. So if I could golf with anyone, I guess I'd pick his brain.
Those were fun Sundays when he was in his prime. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite sport besides hockey?
Ooh, gosh, I'm kind of Olympics out right now. I'm thinking of all the Olympic sports. I kind of don't watch much other than hockey. I'm not a big football guy. If I had to pick one though, I'd say, soccer's good on the international scale, like the World Cup. I think that sport's really cool, and how the whole game is about just isolating defenders and manipulating space. I think that's great.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. What show or series are you currently watching?
Oh, you know what? My wife and I are watching Dr. Death right now. On Peacock. It's about the neurosurgeon in Texas that kind of maimed and he killed a couple people. It's based on a true story from I think 2011, 2015 is kind of when it was going on, but it's wild. It's well acted, well directed, but it's a good show.
So as you've been in town, where's your favorite restaurant to go to so far?
Ooh, my wife and I don't eat out that much. Try to save a couple of bucks that way, but the Brick House brewery's close to our house. They have some good pizzas there. you can't go wrong with JL beers if you want to get a burger either. So some good spots.
Have you got a chance to get downtown and see downtown Fargo yet?
Yeah, I went down to meet a friend from high school the first weekend we were here, and God, I can't remember the name of the establishment we went to, but it was a little Irish pub, and it was popping down there. There's a lot of energy, a lot of stuff going on. So
yeah, it's funny you talk about Penn State being a college town. Wait till you get a Bison game day downtown. The kids go crazy.
That's what I've heard about, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think it'll be fun.
It's a lot of fun. So, who's your favorite superhero?
Ooh, I don't know. I think Thor's pretty cool. He's got that hammer, the lightning.
Yeah, my kids love Thor. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? You know what? That's a little tough. I'm on a big
put it this way. What's your favorite hockey movie?
Hockey movie? Rob Lowe, Youngblood.
That's a great one.
I think that one's great.
Miracle, but that's a classic. Youngblood. Patrick Swayze's in that one too.
Yep.
All right. Here, now you got to impress Carrie Eads right here. What's your favorite Van Halen song?
Van Halen song? Oh, God.
Oh, he's going to be watching this.
I can't name one song. I can't name one song. He was giving me crap for being a young buck today too, so I guess he wins this one.
Well, you better get on a Van Halen playlist and let Carrie next time you see him.
Yeah, I got homework to do.
Meg, thank you so much for being on the show. We wish you nothing but the best of luck this season, and we look forward to seeing you around Shields Arena. Thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.